Hey folks, it's Jim. We're going to show the disc lock on this one, and I prefer to put it on the back wheel, right where I'm showing you here. Let me get in there and we'll show you how this goes. The way I want to show it, if you notice, it's a simple little lock, right? Just slides on your disc and you're going to push this button in. It has two keys, so we're going to pull the key out, right, because we don't need it right now. And what we're going to do, and the reason why I like this pot here is because we have this bar and this bar. Now the downside of this is the thief can damage your bike, your disc, if they are too forceful, but we don't have far to travel, right? And so that's why I like it here. Okay, now, just by pushing it in, it's armed, okay? Unlike the other one, we have to use our key fob. Now we're armed and we have two keys, right? So let's, just touching the bike, you see, kind of set it off. Now the thief's kind of moving it up. Now it's already off. We didn't even have to move the wheel to set this off, okay? Now this is less sensitive than the other one. Obviously, but anyway, you can see these are far less sensitive than the other alarm that I showed you. But then what you're going to do is there, use the key and it comes off and you're good to go. All right, and it's pretty simple. Once you have it like this, just turn the key back and you're ready to arm it by depressing the spring mechanism here. And it's really that simple. You just put it on, slide it in, and that's why I like this too. I have this slide guide here with that bottom rail, and that's it. Okay, now your disc is actually locked in there, and they can't get it off without destroying the disc. That's the other thing about this. Now, if they move the bike, right, now it's kind of armed. If they try to roll the bike, it kind of locks the rear wheel, right? And you're set off. So they don't have to do a lot to get it, right? And then you're going to use the key, and it's that simple. Disarm it with the key. Now, we don't have a key fob, so there is the problem. With these, you've got to have this key at all times, so don't forget that, okay? You've got to have the key. But let's go through it one more time, okay, just so you know, keys. Okay, so I like to slide it right in there. Boom, now it's locked, okay? You can put it through one of your disc holes if you'd like, okay? And that's what a lot of people do. I like being all the way around the disc here, locked in, okay? And it will let, it gives a warning if someone moves the bike, okay? So, not a big deal, right? Alright, so there you go, and it's on off that easy. I like it. They're fairly lightweight, well constructed. They're not going to get these off quickly. They're going to ruin the disc if they do, and probably the bike's going to be immobile anyway if they do that. So that's another good thing about these. The downside is, again, like I say, if they try to forcefully move the bike too rough, again, it could ruin the disc itself. So that's just something to think about. But let's do both. And again, you don't need the key in it to arm it. Just once you depress it and it's in there, it's armed, okay? Now, let's arm my other alarm, okay? And let's see what we've got together. That was just a test. Alright. Now let's try this, and let's see what happens. That's your warning that the bike's been moved. Now the other alarm has gone to warning, right? Now you've got both alarms going off. So if they try to panic, you've got double here, right? And boy, isn't that hideous. Let's turn that one off. And we still got our other disc brake going off, don't we? So let's get back in on our disc. Alright. This one shuts off after movement stops, but it'll start back up again after a couple of seconds. That's just to save the battery. And then boom, it's that simple. Take it off. So I hope this has been somewhat informative. I like these locks because you're locking the bike, another form of actually locking the bike itself. Of course, it can be picked up and hauled off, but even doing that, of course, it sets off the alarm too. But this makes the bike immobile, again, with regards to using the bicycle itself. And I like that. And I think this is a great spot to put these alarms, because it can't travel very far before the wheel's just going to stop, right? So some people say to do it up here, okay, by as close to your caliper as you can. I just think that this is going to give me good protection here and possibly do less damage to the disc, okay? That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I feel most comfortable with, so that's why I've done it. And also here I think it looks a little less, it's kind of inconspicuous there. It looks like part of the bike. Somebody coming up that's not aware of this, a thief, probably isn't going to notice this right away, you know what I mean? Or if they do, they still have the other alarm to contend with. I'm very happy with that. Now they've got 2 alarms to deal with, twice the trouble, right? So anyway, I hope this has been informative. And this is my alarm setup for me. I'm liking it. You know, it's pretty simple, and you can see it kind of looks inconspicuous down there. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. They're easy on, easy off. They don't weigh a lot. I think they're a really good form of protection, these disc locks. And they're inexpensive, again, around $15 to $20 again, maybe $25 if you get a real high name brand one or something. But they all seem to work the same. Maybe it's battery mechanisms or something like that that makes one more expensive than another. I don't know. Just food for thought. This particular one that I'm showing here today comes with its own little Allen key, and that's how you get the battery out and change the battery. Again, you don't need a key fob for the disc locks. The actual arming mechanism is when you depress the button to lock it. That's what arms the alarm. So whereas on our other one we have the key fob, and we're going to arm it that way and disarm and arm, right? Okay, so pretty easy to do, and now we've at least got some protection on our bike. So anyway, I hope this has been enjoyable for you and somewhat informative. I know that all of this stuff is kind of new to me, so I'm just getting into it. I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there for you to go to watch, and reviews of products. I read review after review after review before I made my purchases, and I wanted to get the sensitivity. And you notice the disc lock is a lot less sensitive than my other locks, so that gives me some versatility, and that's what I was going for, versatility. And high winds, disc lock, and without wind, I'll be using both, obviously, and I may get a third, so I'll have 2 disc locks, front and rear. I'm not sure yet, but anyway, yeah, I hope it's been informative. If you haven't gotten into these locks yet and you're living in an area where there is high theft, it might be a good idea. I don't know. And oh, let me show you the one that I've got here today. It doesn't even have the name on it. It just says disc lock. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you about that, but yeah, it's here's the number where I got it off of Amazon. That's the number and the company, I guess. So Liam or whatever. Yeah, anyway, hope you're doing well. Just another thing I've done on my RAD to make me feel a little more secure while I'm using it for transportation. Jim out.